Let's see. We're in season 6.
Okay, so this is season 6.
Yeah.
So the last season was season 5, is what you're saying.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Alrighty.
Welcome to Power to the People podcast. We're back.
It's midterm season 2026.
Yes, and we're going to help you vote. We're going to keep you informed. We're not messing around this year.
Adrian, I'm in Sweden. I vote in DC.
I'm Angela, and I live in Germany, and I vote in Florida.
Power to the people.
Power to the people. Hey, everybody. We've got a lot of elections, primary elections going on. That the primary elections are to choose the candidates who will run in the general election in November. So,
okay, wait a second. General election in November. These are the midterms, people. You're not voting for president or vice president, but guess what? It's even more important what you're voting for this year. Primaries let you pick who's going to be the final candidate, but these are not elections that you can sit out on. Angela, what's happening and where? When?
Okay, on May 5th, we have 2 primary elections in Ohio, where I'm from, and Indiana, our neighbor. On May 12th, we have elections in Nebraska and West Virginia. On May 16th, we have the Louisiana election, the Louisiana primary election. On the 19th, wow, that is like a mega day. We have elections in Alabama, Georgia, Idaho, Kentucky, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. So,
okay, take a breath, Angela. That's a lot of elections. That's the heartland. That's the South. That's the West. So if you know someone in any of those states, remember, it's an opportunity to make your voice heard. Now, you can do this if you're an American abroad, right? How do you do that?
That's right. You do that by going to votefromabroad.org and then clicking request a ballot. And it takes 5 minutes at max to go through, and you fill out your form online. And in many states, the website can send your request to your state by email. There's a few others that you have to print it out and sign it manually, but either way, you can send it by email to your local election office, and you should be good to go. So don't miss it.
And always make sure to request that you receive your ballot by email.
Yes.
And check your spam folder. Yeah, don't panic if it's not obvious. So check that, and be very careful to do exactly as your state instructs. I can return my ballot electronically. Some people can upload theirs. Some you're required to mail it in from your postal office, and you're going to need postage. So it's not as convoluted or complicated. It's straightforward if you follow the instructions. It's straightforward if you start now. It can be stress-free because Vote From Abroad provides help, right? Isn't there help
there's a
for
help
people
feature.
who need it?
There's a help feature. There's a little dialog box at the bottom that you can click and send a message, or on the front page, there's a place you can click where you can either set up an appointment to talk to someone, sometimes live help sessions, more of those sessions as the year goes on. There's so many opportunities.
Yeah, you're not on your own. Exactly, let's say you're not on your own. And here's the fun thing or fun idea. You probably know someone else in your situation. Maybe you met somebody in your study abroad, a fellow au pair in the park, a colleague who's also in an internship program, or who is part of your overseas team, somebody who is in your host country who's American because their parents are American and they were born in another country. We are everywhere. So the fun thing is do it together. Right? While you're having a coffee or a beer or your lunch, you're already hanging out and socializing with this person. Make this something that you do together, right? So we've got us for help. We're cheering you on. We've got the volunteers who've been trained with Vote From Abroad. They're there to help you. You can be the voting hero. You know what, Angela? Why are you voting from Germany this year? In the midterm.
I vote in Florida. That's okay. The last place I lived before I came to Europe was in Florida. So that's where I vote. And so I'm
Okay,
voting.
let me, one thing, I'm sorry, a little tip there. The last place she was resident in the States
That's right.
is her voting state. We want representatives to care. So here's your chance. And this is why another reason the primaries are important because it gives you an opportunity to vet those candidates who want to have that governorship or state
Yeah.
senate or state representative or city council, mayor, attorney general. So see what issues they're standing on, see what their record is, get your behind to the primaries, and then when his time comes in the general election in November, you're already set up. You're already aware of the issues. You know what's going on. What are some resources we can recommend that
Actually,
people can research?
the research
Resource.
tool that I would use is uh, bluevoterguide.org. And in fact, it has it's one of the best tools that I've ever seen. So
All
people have
right.
no excuse to not vote down ballot. Basically, you put in your voting address, and then
Mm-hmm.
it brings up every office that you're eligible to vote for, and it tells you about
Mm-hmm.
um, all the candidates, all the issues, all the judges, all of
All the
everything.
candidates, regardless of party, so the independent
Yes,
candidates, the Green
yes,
Party candidates.
you can see
Awesome.
all the candidates there. And it's so thorough. It's so easy, especially if you like I get a full ballot in Florida
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know every person and I literally used to schedule an hour with myself to vote
Mm-hmm.
so I could look up all this stuff. But now I don't have to really do that anymore. I can just put my voting address into this blue voter guide and then it brings me up a list of every person and I can see not just Democrats. I can see the Republicans too and other parties. If I, you know, if,
Well, that's what
but
I mean.
I'm,
Some
yeah,
places have candidates, Green Party candidates or,
yes,
independent candidates, because it's going
Working
to
Families
cover, as you
Party.
say, yeah, you put your zip code in. So this isn't just covering the major parties. This is covering everybody on your ballot based on your zip code, correct?
Yeah, your complete voting address. Yeah,
Well,
because
when I say your zip code, your complete voting address, that's what I mean.
yeah,
Customized, not just, who are because some people are blue states or red states.
no,
No, they're
it's
telling you everybody based on your
what's on
district
your
voting
ballot.
district.
Yeah, what
It's
will
on
be on
your
your ballot.
ballot.
So it's
And I
super
and
convenient.
and our problems, not problems, get confused with terminology because it's different state by state. I vote by wards. Some people vote by districts. Some people vote by, I don't know what they're called, but that's why Angela said based on your address, because there could be an election in California, it's a big state. But what they're voting for in
Yes,
San Diego may not be voting what you're voting for in Bernardino. It depends.
yes,
So you get what is on your ballot, what you as a voter, based on where you live, are eligible. So that's bluevoterguide.org.
bluevoterguide.org. Man, they did a really good job with this platform and it just makes it so simple where you can see what the people stand for. You can see even things that are supposed to be nonpartisan. You can see where their
Mm-hmm.
political leanings are so you don't accidentally vote for somebody you're not trying to vote for.
Well, you can get rid of the way that people, for example, if you have a referendum, how do we get information about that? Because we know we don't want to necessarily um, um, confuse people any further, but it can be more than just a candidate on your ballot. It
That's
can
right.
be issues on your ballot. What's a good resource for people to go to get resources about that? I don't know if we know, but
Blue Voter Guide has
we'll
all
vote it
that.
out again.
I'm telling you, they got it. They got it all. And if for some reason you can't find anything like that, I would check with um what is this? The women's voters. What are they called?
League? Is it League?
The
League
women's
of
voting
Women
leagues.
Voters?
League of Women's
League
Voters.
of
Yeah, they
Voters. Okay.
for your state, they always have that information too. So
Okay, see,
Blue
we're not
Voter
just here
Guide
to
first.
encourage you. We're not trying to shame you or berate you. We're not trying to be bewildered about why you didn't vote last time. Or, we're here for the first time voters, the voters that think it didn't matter, the voters that are like, oh my God, why didn't I vote last time? And even for the ones that have. voter's regret. Come on over. It's okay. We've got our shades on because we don't want, you to feel bad. We're here for you. If you made the mistake of not voting in 2024 because you didn't think it mattered, or, couldn't vote for black women, let's not go there, or drank the Kool-Aid, whatever, we're here for you if you're trying to get it right. Salvation, it's not too late, right? Maybe somebody picking on the Pope, woke you up.
Oh my gosh,
Maybe
yeah.
somebody AIing themselves like a
Like
member of the
Jesus.
Trinity, the Holy. I mean, Andrew's not even religious, and I know you were like, come on.
Well, you know what? You're absolutely true, and about that. And the thing is it's not that, as Adrian said, I'm not religious, but if I had to pick someone that was like Jesus,
So this is our primary message to you to get voting in May, and we'll see you on the next episode of Power to the People podcast.
yeah, power to the people.
Hey there, U.S. citizens abroad. Did you know that U.S. citizens overseas have a right to vote in U.S. elections? Well, you do, and your votes count. Your votes made a big difference in key races in 2016 and 2020. What do you have to do? Register at votefromabroad.org. Here's a tip. If you request your ballot by email, all you have to do is vote and send it back. I love that even though you're all over the globe, you still give a damn about your country. Anyone out there that knows an American, please tell them to register to vote at votefromabroad.org. Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of the Power to the People podcast. Don't forget to go to votefromabroad.org if you're an American outside of the U.S.
And if you're living in the United States, go to iwillvote.com and check you're registered. Also, go to democratsabroad.org/events and come and see all the magic that we're making.
Power to the people, y'all.
Power to the people.